DeSoto and the DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast present Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life. And now, here he is, the one, the only...
Well, here I am again with $1,000 for one of our couples, and if any of them say the secret word, they'll win an extra $100. The word tonight is food. Well, Ducky, it's nice to see you again. We had to bring the duck back. We got thousands of letters from ducks all over America. They're a very strong pressure group, these ducks. And they were threatening to push some of their bills through Congress, so we just capitulated and got the... No, this is true. Huh? Now he's off to the Drake Hotel in Chicago. Huh? Okay, George, who's first?
Rita Chalmers and Mr. Jules Strongbow are waiting to see you, Groucho. So, folks, would you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word, and you'll divide $100. It's a common word, something you find around the house. Rita Chalmers and Jules Strongbow, eh? Rita, where are you? You're a reader, I presume, huh? Where are you from?
Well, originally, Groucho, I came from Alberta, Canada. I was born there. Then went to Vancouver, B.C.
Oh. You're very charming, Rita. Are you married?
Yes, sir, I am married.
Mm-hmm.
I've been married for
how long?
years.
17 years?
Mm-hmm.
And let's see now, you were Jules Strongbow, huh?
That's right, Groucho.
Are you the sister ship to the Queen Mary?
Oh, hardly.
I was just checking. I saw you standing there, but I thought perhaps you were the south side of the building with a coat on. You're really a monster, aren't you? What is the gross tonnage, Jules?
Well, Groucho, I'm
How much water do you displace when you're sailing?
I'm 6'6" tall, and I weigh 290 pounds.
Have you thought of going on a diet?
Well, Groucho, not too long ago, I weighed almost 380 pounds. In fact, I did weigh 380 pounds, and I dropped 90 pounds.
Where did you drop this, in Las Vegas? Now, I know your name from somewhere, and you look strangely familiar. Have we met before, or have I got you confused with Mount McKinley?
Oh, no, Groucho. Actually, you and I met very formally about 25 years ago.
You mean I was wearing white tie and tails?
Well, I was wrestling at the Hollywood Legion Stadium, and you were in the front row with a young lady friend. And I was
you're
wrestling.
A wrestler, huh?
Oh, yes. And I was wrestling a fellow by the name of Dutch Hefner. And during the match, I picked Dutch up and threw him out over the top rope into the lap of the young lady that you were with. And you very graciously stood up and said, Mr. Strongbow, Mr. Hefner, I'd like for you to meet my friend, Miss Brown.
That's true. I have fond memories of Miss Brown, too. She was a beauty. And if my memory doesn't fail me, she turned out to be a better wrestler than either one of you. Well, it's been fun talking to you both, but we've got to get on to more serious things, like playing You Bet Your Life. I'll give you the names of two cities of a foreign country, and you tell me the name of the country. Well, you want to start, you know, the little ones are the easy ones, and the big sums are tougher.
Oh.
How much?
100.
100. Oh, what bravery. In what country are Baghdad and Basra? B-A-S-R-A. And I want the name of the country as it is known today. Baghdad and Basra. If you don't know, guess.
Turkey? We say Turkey.
No, it's Iraq, or I-R-A-Q.
Well, you still have half your 100. You have $50.
All right, now, you've got a long ways to go. What are you going to go for? 90? Mm-hmm. In what country are these cities? Ghent and Liège. G-H-E-N-T and L-I-E-G.
Well, we're going to say Belgium.
Belgium, that's good enough. You're right, Belgium.
You now have $140.
I was getting nervous. I thought you were going to change your mind. We want you to win this money. You're going to go for what, 80?
All right. Uh-huh.
All right, here are the cities, Perth and Adelaide. Now, you tell me the country.
Australia.
Australia is right. Australia. I can't say Australia.
You now have $220.
All right. What are you going to go for? 70? In what country are these cities? Bucharest and Yazzie. Y-A-S-E, it's pronounced. It is spelled J-A-S-S-Y.
Oh.
Bucharest and Yazzie.
Romania. Romania.
Romania is correct. You don't have to go any further.
And you wind up with $290. Groucho, we have a schoolgirl. She's married David Bramson, and her partner is a special guest, Rabbi Max Nussbaum. So, folks, you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word, and you each get an extra $50. It's a common word, something you find around the house. Rabbi Nussbaum, glad to see you, Rabbi.
Pleasure being here.
And you're Mary Branson, huh?
Mary David Branson.
Mary David Branson. Well, now, before we get into this too deeply, Rabbi, have you ever watched our show?
Yes, I have watched you quite religiously.
Rabbi, I'll thank you to remember that I make the jokes around here. How would you like it if I came down to your temple and robbed your poor box?
You wouldn't find anything.
I'm curious. Now, why would you be interested in watching our show? Is there some kind of a lesson to be learned from this show?
There may be a lesson, but more than that, Groucho, I consider you a man who has no parallel in wit and spontaneity.
Well, that's very nice, Rabbi. Would you mind repeating that? I heard it the first time, but I just wanted to be sure my sponsor heard it, that's it. I want you to know that I have the deepest admiration for your profession, Rabbi Nussbaum, and particularly for you.
Thank you very much.
Now, would you like me to repeat that, just in case your sponsor missed it the first time? Well, I'll get back to you in a moment, Rabbi Nussbaum. Mary Bramson, huh? I'd like to get Mary David. I'd like to get acquainted with this little charmer here. You mean you've got a boy's name and a girl's name? Which are you? Are you a Cub Scout or a Brownie? How'd you get a name like Mary David?
Well, Groucho, my father wanted my mother to name me after her, and her name is Mary. And he was overseas in the Army, so she decided she'd compromise and give me her name and my father's name, and his name was David, and so he couldn't do anything about it, so he was overseas. Because he was overseas, so here I am.
Well, that'll teach your old man to get drafted.
He enlisted.
Oh, he enlisted, oh. What do people call you? Do they call you Mary or David or both?
Well, the
David
boys...
and Goliath, do they ever call you?
No. The boys call me David, and my friends call me, my girlfriends that is, call me Brammy, and my mom calls me either MD or Doc.
Oh. Well, do you have any boyfriends?
No.
You don't like boys, huh? How old are you, MD?
I'm 11.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm
It's
positive.
probably 12, but you know how women are about their age. Well, haven't you met any boy that you like at all?
No, not especially.
Well, Mary David, you're only 11, and you're still pretty young. I predict your attitude towards boys will change when you get older. You just wait till you're 11 and a half. Now, we're going to play You Bet Your Life. You know how to play this game, huh?
Yes, I do know, but I would like to beg off, if I may, at this point, Groucho, and if you wouldn't mind, I would like my son to take my place.
You mean you want to put in a pinch hitter?
Mm-hmm.
A substitute? Well,
Yeah.
get him off the bench and bring him out. Come on out, son.
Sorry?
This is your boy?
This is my son.
Well, he's pretty husky, huh? He's taller than his father already,
To
huh?
meet Mr. Groucho Marx, Mr. Groucho Marx, Jerry.
This is Mary David.
How do you
Jack.
do?
In the race for the $1,000, the first couple won $290, and the secret word is food.
Now, you selected music. This ought to be pretty easy for you youngsters. And remember, the more the question is worth, the harder it is. Now, you can start with 10 all the way to 100, and your partners and one answer between you. Now kiss and go back to your corners and come out fighting. Huh?
Groucho, we'll start with $100.
$100, all right. Well, this song was from a picture called Chained. Now, they're going to play it, and you give me the title.
Unchained Melody.
What is it?
Unchained Melody.
Yes, it's about a convict up in Alcatraz.
You gave the
That's
wrong
right.
title of the picture.
Huh?
Unchained. It's
I
more
did.
good.
What is the title?
Unchained.
Well, then, otherwise, the name of the song is Chained Melody. Is that it?
I guess
And it's
so.
from the
I don't
picture
know.
Unchained, huh?
However, you're right, and you still have $200.
Yes. All right, you're going for what, $90?
Yeah.
This song was Ted Weems' theme song and has been revived a number of times. Now, you tell me the title.
I never heard of it.
Well, it's called Heartaches. And even Fenneman knew this, and there's very little that Fenneman knows, and I'm surprised. All right, now, what do you want to try? Do you want to try 80?
Yeah.
You still have your $100. In other words, you lost half the 200.
All right, this is an Academy Award-winning song. Let's see if you can give me the title. Play it, Jack.
Secret Love.
What is it?
Secret Love.
Secret Love is right.
You now have $180.
That isn't really the name of it. It's called Unsecret Love. Now, do you want to go for 70?
Yeah.
This is your last chance to beat the other couple. All right, Larry Clinton wrote this one. Now, you give me the name of it.
That must be from 30 years ago.
Well, it's the Dipsy Doodle.
What's that?
That's something you put in your soup. It's called doodle soup. Eh? Dipsy Doodle soup, eh? All right, how much did they wind up
Well,
with?
they wind up with $90. A married couple for you now, Groucho, Mr. and Mrs. Joe Messer. So, folks, would you please come in and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Luck. Say the secret word, and you each get an extra $50. It's a common word, something you find around the house. Mr. and Mrs. Joe Messer, huh? Joe, what does the M stand for?
Maryland.
Maryland? Your middle name is Maryland?
Yeah.
Why were you named for a state, Joe?
I actually wasn't named for a state. I was named after my uncle.
Oh, and who was your aunt, New Jersey? Well, in what part of Vermont were you born, Joe?
I wasn't. I was born in Alabama, Elmore County. Near
In
Tallahassee.
Alabama? Eh?
Right. Elmore County, right close to Tallahassee, Alabama.
Close to where?
Tallahassee, Alabama.
Tallahassee? Where is that? Where is that near?
That's close to Wetumpka, Eclectic.
You're just surrounded by metropolises, aren't you? Well, Mrs. Messer, what is your first name? North Dakota?
No, Ivy Lee.
Where are you from? Are you from Tallahassee, too?
No, I was born in Fairfax, Alabama.
I bet I know two things I can't find in your house. A Yankee pot roast and a Union suit. How old are you, Joe?
26.
And Ivy Lee, how old are you?
24.
Well, you're nice-looking kids. Are you out here on your honeymoon?
No, we're vacationing. We've been married a long time.
Do you have any children?
Yes, we have a few.
How many children do you have? Joe, do you have any children?
I have 8.
Well, that's a nice beginning towards a family. Did you say 8 children?
Right.
And how old did you say you were, Ivy?
24.
24, and you have 8 children. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 32, 58. Well, either you busted my adding machine, or else you were around 15 when the first one came along. Were you 15 then, Ivy?
I know I was 18.
Well, let me have another go at this, huh? Let's see. 15, 18, 24, 18 Kinder. Well, there's a trick to this someplace, but I can't figure it out, huh? Ivy Lee, Joe says he has 8 children. Now, how many do you have?
I have 8, too.
You have 16 children altogether? Well, there must be a logical explanation for this. Go ahead. What happened, and try to not get it too complicated.
Well, we had 2 children to start with. We had 3 sets of twins in a row then.
3 sets of twins in a row? Well, that certainly warrants applause, I must say. That. Well, could you tell us about the children, Ivy? What are their names and ages?
Richard, he's the oldest. He's 7.
He's 7.
Brenda Sue is 4. Robert and Roberta is the oldest set of twins, and they're 31 months old. And Jean and June are 2, and Freddie and Frankie are 3 months old.
Well, it sounds like you have a wonderful family so far. Now, Joe, when do you figure that the family will get to the size you want it?
It was several years ago.
Just write your congressman, Joe. And the way you're turning out voters, you'll certainly get an answer in a hurry. Ivy Lee, I'm sure that 3 sets of twins in one family must be rather unusual. You happen to know what the odds are?
No, I don't, but there's a couple in Tennessee that has 19 children, and they have 6 sets of twins. But we're the only couple that has 3 sets right in a row.
Well, does Ivy Lee get much time to cook for you?
Yes, she does all the cooking.
Does she cook these real southern dishes like Wiener Schnitzel and sauerkraut?
Yeah, she cooks black-eyed peas, sow belly.
Sow belly, yeah. Did you ever eat Braunschweiger Leberwurst and Wiener Schnitzel?
Yeah.
What qualities do you consider important in a husband, Ivy?
Well, one like Joe, I think he's the ideal husband.
You think he's husband? Well, he's good-natured, isn't he?
Yeah.
Good disposition, huh? Full of sow belly, huh? Well, if every husband was like Joe, we'd have to hang a sign at all the ports of entry in the United States. Standing room only. Well, you're nice youngsters, and you're a credit to our country, and it's been fun talking to you. And if you're ever out this way with the whole family, I'd like you to drop in and pay us a visit. Will you do that?
Sure.
All right, now let's get down to the serious business, and we certainly hope you win some money. I know you don't need it, but we'd like you to win some money.
In the race for the $1,000, the first couple still leads with $290.
Now, you selected barbershop ballads. Now, what do you want to start with?
Give us 60.
60, huh? Well, this song is usually identified with the gay 90s. You tell me the name of it. You better answer because they don't know any more of this song. Huh? What is it?
Strawberry Blonde.
Yeah, that's right. The band played on, but Strawberry Blonde is close enough.
You now have $160.
Now, what do you want to try this time?
We'll try the 80.
Dylan and Von Tilzer wrote this song in 1911. Now, you give me the title of it. Play, Jack.
I want a girl just like the girl that married dear old Dad.
That's absolutely right. That's the title.
$240.
I remember when Harry James married Betty Grable, they were singing that song. And they were singing, I want a girl just like the girl that married Harry James. This got a very big laugh about 12 years ago. Now, what do you want to try this time? Huh?
90.
90. All right, this song is one of the favorites of John Philip Sousa.
After the ball is over.
That is absolutely right, after the ball is over.
You now have $330.
That's what the center fielder sings when Willie Mays is at bat. Oh, you're just not listening at all out there. I'm just wasting these gems on the desert air, that's all. They're not good, but they're topical, huh? Now, what do you want to try? The big ones are hard.
40. We'll try 40.
$40, huh? This barbershop ballad was written by a fellow named Harry Dacre.
Bicycle bit for 2.
What is it?
Bicycle bit for 2.
You hit it right on the bullseye, kid.
you wind up with $370.
Well, it couldn't happen to a nicer couple, and thanks.
And
good luck.
Groucho,
What's
that means that in just 1 minute, this couple will get the chance of the $1,000 question. Groucho, here's the winning couple, Mr. and Mrs. Messer, all set for the $1,000 question.
All right.
Back in here.
Here's a chance to really build it into a big bankroll. Legend has it that the greatest of the Greek orators placed pebbles in his mouth to overcome an early speech defect. For $1,000, who was this immortal Greek orator? Now talk it over. If you don't know, guess. Take a stab at it.
I have no idea. Don't know the least idea.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not a particularly tough question. It's Demosthenes.
Oh, so-
He used to go down to the beach, you know, down by the ocean, and put pebbles in his mouth and talk above the roar of the waves. Well, I'm sorry he didn't win more, but they did pretty good. How much did they win, George?
$370.
Well, that means the big question next week. That means the big question next week will be worth $1,500. Well, they won $370.
Be sure to tune in next week, same time, same station, for Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life. Brought to you by your DeSoto Plymouth dealer. And don't forget to listen to You Bet Your Life every Wednesday night on radio.